organize your thoughts.
Yeah, without becoming completely overwhelmed by them.
Exactly. How easy it is to kind of get into a mess with your mind and your thoughts and really not know what's going on in your brain.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about in
this
today's
week's
episode.
of
Yes, Get Real with the English Sisters.
Violetta
And Yudka.
Zugo. Okay, yeah. I mean, I was finding it difficult the other day because I had so much to do. And I was like, my mind was skipping from one thought to the next. And I didn't really know how to...
That can happen.
I was finding that I was like dropping things. I was making some pancakes and then...
Oh, really? I know that feeling.
And all the mixture fell over and it fell all over the floor.
Right.
And it's because I was thinking about so many things and I was also anxious about one or two of them. So
yeah, that can happen. You know, you get into a bit of a tiz, don't you? Like a little whirlwind. Ooh, and there's so much to do. And the same can happen when you have not enough to do as well. So, you know, watch out for this because if you're bored and you actually have not enough to do, your mind can also become over anxious about, you know, that one thing that you may have to do.
Yes.
So it can work both ways. You know, it can become like you can overthink it.
I think it's like a bit of a balancing act.
Yes, as it has with everything. It's always a balance, isn't it? It's always balance.
Because you can have like organize your thoughts, but you can have one thought that kind of overrides all other thoughts, and it doesn't let your other thoughts have any room. And it's
especially if it's a
recurring thought,
if it's an anxiety, a concern, like you may have to go in for surgery, or one of your loved ones may have to go in for surgery, and you're really concerned about that. So obviously that thought can be like become an invasive thought, and it's not going to be helpful to you in the present moment for you to constantly think about that. It's only going to cause more anxiety. So what do? You know, you can say it's easier said than done, especially if you're really worried about somebody and concerned.
I think you have to take a deep breath and then you have to say, okay, one step at a time.
Absolutely.
So what do I have to do today? What's on my to-do list today? And then you'll find that the more you get done in that day, the happier you'll be. And the less you'll be worrying about that recurring thought.
Yeah.
And I think don't let your mind race ahead. So say if it is a surgery you're going for, don't allow yourself to start thinking, but what if it doesn't go well, or what if the outcome, then there's another thing I have to do after that. No, just get that one thing done and dusted.
Exactly. Yeah, do one thing, one step at a time. So just think about what is it today that you have to do.
I suppose it goes back to being mindful, doesn't it? Always being in the present moment. In the present, how am I actually feeling today without any of these concerns?
Yeah, but how
Ask
do you
that question.
Compartmentalize, as they say? You know, how do you put them into like these thoughts? Because I always imagine it a bit like a room in my mind, and I always think, okay, this is like in the front of my mind is all the most important stuff that I've got to get done today. And then somehow if there is a concern, like my son actually does have to have a surgery and I am very, very worried about it. You know, I'm concerned, but I can't do anything about it today.
No.
Because it's occurring next week. So what I have to do is today put that thought like in the back room of my mind, you know, in a room, and I can actually close the door on that thought for today. And then, you know, try not to peek inside that room too much, because otherwise what will happen is throughout the day, like what happened to me yesterday, and I'm a therapist, is that I kept on like peeking back into that room and looking and seeing, and no, it wasn't helpful to me. So I say
that's not helpful. It's best to keep the door shut.
If you can, just keep the door shut. Otherwise, if you do have a peek, oh my gosh, you're human, you know, it's normal.
Just for a few minutes.
Exactly.
Limit it.
Limit it. That's right. It's not about dwelling. It's not about keeping your full day concerned with that, because then it's consuming literally, mentally, physically, and it's going to use up all your energy, isn't it?
And it's stealing time from you, precious time. That you could be thinking about more pleasurable things and doing more pleasure and having like family time, enjoying life as it is today.
Exactly. I mean, like even my son, who is going to have his operation next week on a Monday, he said, okay, on a Saturday I'm going fishing because I want to enjoy it.
Off you, hasn't
He has, but I was so proud of him. I thought, yes, get the most of your have a lovely fishing day, and then, don't. At first I freaked out and I thought, oh gosh, you're not going fishing, gosh, you've got to have.
But when you told me that, I thought, great for him.
Yeah,
Good for him.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought
he's learned well. Because we learned that lesson when Mum and Dad were so ill.
Yes.
That we couldn't just have our whole lives consumed by that one thought of, will they die? Are they going to get better? They're going to suffer. We just had to enjoy the moment and try and be, loving and kind and be with them.
Exactly, yes.
So that's a good, and also I think like a lot of the fears that we all have, they never actually realise, or they don't manifest themselves in the same way as terribly as we predict.
You're absolutely right.
So in the end, it's usually all okay, and if it's not, hey, I mean,
you'll deal with it when the time comes.
Yeah. But we don't have to be dealing with things for years and years and years, or
before
weeks
or
and
after.
weeks and weeks. Because it's just it's not a good way to organise your thoughts, really.
No, it's not. So definitely, if you can imagine, this back room, I would say, open the door.
House,
you can put them in there, wherever you want in the room. There could be a trunk or something. You can visualise whatever suits you best, a cupboard or just a room, and you can just put them in there and place them in there, knowing that they're
safe.
They're safe. Yeah, it's not like you're ignoring them.
No.
When the time comes, you'll think about that, but not right now in this moment. You don't have to think about that.
Yeah, the same way when the time comes.
Yes,
when it's one step at a time.
Yes, when the time comes, you open the room and you say, "Okay, let me get organised for today. What do I have to do
to get ready?
To prep for this, whatever it is, job interview. I mean, we're saying surgery because I was thinking personally about my surgery. I mean, my son's surgery.
Yeah, but it could be a job interview or anything, a date that's getting you really nervous. Anything that you find is like overtaking your thoughts and you keep sneakily going back. Just say, hey, okay, this thought, I'm going to put you in the back room for now.
Exactly.
Shut the door and I'm going to think about other things and enjoy life and do other things.
Yeah. If it helps, you can write things down, write it down, what you were supposed to be doing today, what you want to do today, who you want to spend time with. You prioritise that way, don't you?
Yeah, and I think always put something nice in your day as well. So whether it's watching your favourite TV series or going out with a friend or having a nice chat with someone, always, schedule something really lovely in your day as well.
Yes.
Or even if it's just having a coffee somewhere, I don't know, or a drink that you like.
And also when you do go and meet that friend or that family member, you can express your concerns, obviously, because you're supposed to share. They do say that a worry shared is a worry halved. Is that it?
Something like that.
A
problem shared is a problem halved.
Halved, that's it, yeah. So yeah, but you can also keep it
short.
Yes.
Keep it short and sweet, because otherwise it'll end up just your whole conversation will just be around that and it won't actually make you feel any better.
No, it won't. That's the thing, is the person can offer you comfort and empathy, but if you just speak about that for the entire meeting or 3 hours or whatever time you've got, you won't allow time for other fun things to enter the conversation.
Creative thoughts that you might have that might make you feel a lot better.
Yeah, so allow for that time, for the hug or whatever, or, your friends, your family to support you and to help you. But then also allow for other things to enter, because they're healing for you as well at this particular time.
They are healing, because our lives are so complex and there's so many parts to us that we can really, even if we are going through something, we can still enjoy something else at the same
Exactly.
time.
Not
It doesn't
necessarily.
mean that it's just one or the other. They can be two together
Yes,
that you
yes.
can enjoy.
That is so true. There are two together. There's always like,
The yin and the yang.
yes, it's always something else. You
It's a
could,
balance.
yeah, you could be doing something yucky that you really hate doing, but then, I mean, like for me, going for a lovely cappuccino, and
yes.
that definitely puts, that's
I want
that.
to enjoy one after this.
Yeah, it balances things out for me.
Yeah.
And for you, whatever balances it out for you, definitely.
Yeah. And sometimes even taking a little walk, if you find that you can't you can't put it in the back door, just take a little walk, and
That's a really
maybe
good
you
thing.
can put
Yeah.
it in your favorite tree or something on that walk, and then bring it back when you need to.
Yes.
You can you can
A
send
change
it
of
off
your
someone,
environment
change of
can be very
scenery.
helpful. Yeah, change of scenery, absolutely. Yeah, that's why they often say, another saying, go for a walk, think it out.
Change is as good as a rest.
Yes, 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 yeah. We're coming up with all the old sayings today, but yes, absolutely. That's a very good idea. Remember that you can also just change your space, even just changing room, like in
Yeah.
your home, in your office space, walking out, going down the corridor, going outside a minute.
Yeah, I was also thinking now of, when it's like it's autumn, it's fall, it's back to school.
Yes.
For all the mums that are worried about sending
Yeah.
their kids back as well, just,
Yeah, there's change,
there's
isn't
a lot
there?
of
There's
change
a lot of
going
change.
on, but it's also a time of great creativity and new things happening. So just take a moment to just enjoy these special moments, and everything does have like a silver lining. I think I always look at life like that there's a silver lining to everything.
Well, there's
And
something
with
to be
gratitude-
learned. There's something to be learned from every experience that we live. So there is valuable feedback in everything we live through.
it makes us wiser, doesn't it?
Ultimately, it shapes you as a person. And if you learn from it, you can keep that as a beautiful, valuable experience for you to learn how to cope with similar things that may happen in your life in the future, and everything else. Same with chronic illness. If you are suffering from any chronic illness, you'll know that you can only take it, literally a few days at a time, because if you overthink it, it can become completely overwhelming.
Yeah, it can get you down. So just think of it as one day at a time, and
One-
always look forward to that.
To something
The
good.
smiles in that day, to something nice, something
Yes.
pleasant. Maybe listening to your favorite podcast.
Yeah.
Just any little thing that you find
Time
pleasuring.
alone. Yeah, whatever it is.
So let us know what you think. If you find it difficult to organize your thoughts, we can also help you with that with our hypnotherapy sessions and coaching sessions. So do come and say hi on. You can also comment on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Leave us a review, which is very much appreciated. And come and see the video too, because there's a video of this on YouTube as well, on our YouTube channel,
Yes.
The English Sisters. So lots of love and smiles from the
English Sisters.
Bye-bye.